Here we go, it's the Poff Poff Pass Show. You didn't know it's the Poff Poff Pass Show. Me and my bro, it's the Poff Poff Pass Show. We do it, bro, it's the Poff Poff Pass Show.
Y'all can read it home, baby. It is time for the Poff Poff Pass Show. Summer edition. We got JT Blaze in the house. I'm Zach Poff. Now, JT, a lot going down this weekend. NBA Finals. Two best words you can hear in sports outside of Super Bowl. Game 7.
Oh, yeah.
Goes down Sunday night on Father's Day. Also, you got the U.S. Open going down this weekend. And a lot of other stuff, too. UFC Fight Night, Roy McDonald, Stephen Thompson.
Man.
We got a lot to talk about. And, of course, we're going to hit on he's a what?
Beast!
And come on, man.
Come on, man.
You know where we got to start first. We got to talk about this upcoming Game 7.
Man.
Now, I don't think a lot of people thought we would be saying those two words.
No.
When the Warriors went up 3-1, Draymond Green got suspended. Cleveland kind of took a little bit of momentum after that, and they have really took control in this series as it leads to a Game 7.
A little bit of momentum.
Yeah.
They have taken full momentum. The freight train from Cleveland is coming full steam ahead into Oakland.
LeBron
And
James.
I cannot wait for this Game 7 matchup. And like I've been telling you before, the best thing about Game 7s is both teams finally have their backs against the wall.
Yep.
Because it's the one time where both teams, if they lose, they go home. And it's the last time in the year both teams get to play professional basketball. It's going to be an amazing Game 7 because I think now that Golden State's back's against the wall, we're going to see some of the best play from them like we did when they were down 3-1 against Oklahoma City. So I cannot wait for this game. And honestly, it's always funner watching a Game 7 when you don't have to be nervous about your team, win or lose.
I mean, I don't know what that feels. I'm a Clippers fan, so I would never have to worry about watching my team in the NBA Finals. But, I mean, this will be the 19th time in the NBA Finals there is a Game 7. Now, home teams have fared very well in Game 7s. 15-3 all time are the home teams. You got to go all the way back to 1978 to find the last road team to win Game 7. Hold on. The Washington Bullets and Wes Unseld took down the Seattle Sonics and Jack Sikma. What am I holding on for, though, baby?
I'm throwing most of those records out the window. There's never even been a team down 3-1 to win in the NBA Finals, and Cleveland has an opportunity to do that.
They're only the third team ever that had forced a Game 7
and
in the Finals. I guess you don't care.
No, I do care about the fact that there's never been a time where two MVPs are going for it in that Game 7. This is the first time I can remember where it's literally MVP versus the other guy who should be or could be the MVP going for that Game 7. I mean, we could look at the Boston Lakers series, but really, Kobe was going against 2 or 3 guys. There wasn't another guy on that team who we were calling MVP in the regular season and who has a problem with hearing someone else being called MVP, like we clearly see LeBron having a problem with Curry. There's never been a situation like this that I've watched in my generation.
Yeah, when LeBron's swatted Steph Curry's shot. I like seeing that from LeBron James. Talk a little smack because, hey, the Warriors were throwing him under the bus. Klay Thompson in particular said, hey, this is a man's game. Well, hey, Steph Curry, it is a man's game, and you're not playing like a big boy right now. LeBron James has clearly been the best player. Now, going into this finals, I thought these two kind of guys were all in the same class. I was dead wrong. LeBron James, by far, easily the best player in the NBA. Not even close. Not even close.
I don't know if you could say
the guy is leading both teams in the finals in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks.
Look, I agree with you. I would take LeBron as the best player in the league right now, but to say that it's not even close and to forget about everything Steph Curry's done in the last 2 years, I think is going a little far. And let's not forget, if he was really clearly the best, he could have beat, I think, that Golden State team last year, and he didn't.
There was no Kyrie Irving or Kevin Love last year.
Still, all I'm saying
with Matthew Dellavedova.
All I'm saying is if you're going to start calling him the best ever, then he should be able to prove it against
I didn't say best ever. He's the best right now. That's what
I mean best ever in the league right now.
Well, not best. He's the best.
The best in the league right now. But either way, regardless, what he has done in the last 2 games and what he's doing to cement his legacy as one of the all-time greats has clearly been proven, and it's been amazing to watch.
Hey, he became the 5th player ever to post back-to-back 40-point games in the NBA Finals. The logo, Jerry West, Rick Barry, Michael Jordan, and Shaq were the only 4 other guys to ever do that. Now, this is, right now, he is leading in every category. Last year, he was the first player ever in NBA Finals history to lead both teams in points, rebounds, and assists, and he's doing it again this year. And I'm going to say this, even if Cleveland loses tomorrow, and if Steph Curry doesn't go for 40, there's a good chance LeBron James could still be named Finals MVP. Would be the first guy since Jerry West did back in the late 60s. I mean, it's remarkable what LeBron James is doing. And to have your back against the wall, all the pressure on you, and to come out and ball for 40 and then ball for 40 again.
I totally agree.
It's insane. And now, I mean, this is LeBron James' 6th career Game 7, second in the finals also. Now, the one time in the finals, he led Miami against the Spurs and had a big-time game. I think he had 34 points in that one.
Yeah.
Hit some big-time buckets down the stretch. And LeBron James has won his last 3 Game 7s in a row, too. So he's been there before.
Yeah.
Warriors were just there against OKC. This is going to be a fun series. Who you got?
I'm taking the Warriors.
Yeah.
And here's why, is we have seen the Warriors play their best basketball when it's win or go home. We saw it in the OKC series when their backs were against the wall and they were down 3-1 and everyone was saying they couldn't win. They pulled off 3 amazing games, and why? Because they knew if they lost, they were going home. We're going to see that same Warriors team in Golden State, and I think if that team shows up in Oakland, no one in the NBA, including LeBron James, the king, can beat that team.
Yeah.
I really do think if the Warriors play to their potential and they play team ball like they've done all year, getting the record in the regular season and playing behind the energy of that crowd, they're going to win that Game 7.
There's going to be 2 factors in this one, I think. The first one is going to be rebounding. They got to find a way to contain Tristan Thompson. I mean, Tristan Thompson has been an absolute monster in this series, and he's been just as important as LeBron and Kyrie. And secondly, where are you at, Draymond Green? I mean, if you want to win this game, first of all, you cost your team getting suspended for Game 5. I mean, I understand probably it is disrespectful for someone to walk over you, but you got to know if you get one more flagrant foul, you're suspended. You got to be smarter than that. It's the NBA Finals. Draymond Green needs a show out in Game 7 if the Warriors want to go back.
I'll tell you this, if Cavs win Game 7, it's going to come down to LeBron and Kyrie. Tristan Thompson has never been seen in Golden State. He's a play-at-home player. In fact, in all 3 Golden State games,
he had a double-double in Game 5.
Where was he Game 1 and Game 2? Not to be seen. In Game 5, he may have had a double-double without Green playing in that game. You know what? We'll see if Tristan Thompson shows up, because really, throughout the playoffs, he's been a guy who steps up at home. In the Toronto series, he didn't do anything in Toronto. In the series before that, he did all of his stats were at home. So we'll see if he steps up.
I don't know about that.
Here's what I do know, is he's one of those role players that plays when the crowd's behind him. He's just like Biyombo. Both those guys would swap in the Toronto series before, and literally it came down to, finally, Cleveland stepping up at Game 6. I have more of a feeling if Cleveland wins this game, Kyrie and LeBron are going to have a performance like they did in Game 5.
And before we get out of here, too, I kind of want to talk about LeBron James and where you kind of rank him. Is he top 5 all time in your opinion yet, or top 10? Kind of where do you got him?
It's different for me. For all time, it's a little bit different because I start incorporating past generations of numbers. For my generation, players I've watched, he's number 3. It goes Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. As far as players I've grown up watching throughout my life, he would be in my number 3. Overall, he still would be in my top 5. Now,
I think him over Kobe for sure.
Of course, I have a little bit of bias. The thing Kobe has is, one, he's had a killer instinct. 2, he's had a better record in the finals. Now, I know you'll say he had Shaq in 3 of those, but still.
And he didn't win the finals MVP one time when Shaq was there.
But still, he still is 5 for 7. LeBron's 2 for 4. And honestly, when most people rank their greatest, that's how they rank them, by how many rings and how many attempts. That's why Jordan's been labeled the best. But
that's so stupid in a team sport. Like, if you compare LeBron James teams to the ones Kobe had.
But you're talking about the best in a team sport. You're looking at the individual players.
No.
What?
But no, that's not. I mean.
What do you mean? You're asking us to rank individual players, so we're ranking individuals.
No, but what I'm saying is it's not fair for you to say Kobe is better just because he did better in the finals, because he had a better team, and he also had some guy named Phil Jackson coaching him.
But you can make the same argument with Jordan that he had less.
Okay,
look, you could take the same argument Jordan that he had less competition during that time than players have during this era. Honestly, who were the teams that really battled Jordan when he was dominating? The Utah Jazz? There weren't really many teams who had superstars compared to now.
The Eastern Conference back in the day was a lot to get through. The New York Knicks were big time. Reggie Miller and the Pacers were also legit. The Detroit Pistons, Michael Jordan had to go through a lot to get to the finals.
Yeah, and honestly, you can make the same argument with the Lakers when they were on their dynasty runs. But at the end of the day, how we rank players usually goes by trophies. I'm taking Jordan first, Kobe second.
Well, then Jerry West, the logo, can't be that great.
Like I said, I'm talking about generation and all time is different. And Jerry West wouldn't be on my all-time 5. He wouldn't be.
He wouldn't be on mine either.
Yeah, so... No.
And also, I wanted to ask this before we go to the NBA playoff trivia. Now, I was thinking, I don't know if there's been an athlete that has had more pressure on his shoulders outside of Jackie Robinson than LeBron James. Because not only is this guy, when he was a junior in high school, he was already being regarded as the next great thing. A lot of times when that happens, you don't see guys live up to that potential. LeBron James has flown over that with flying colors, passing colors right there. So, I mean, what LeBron James is doing, and only that, he's got a whole city on his back.
There's no argument there. He's had to deal with some amazing pressure, but let's not also forget he put himself in this position with some of the things he's done in the past too, and he put himself in this position going back to Cleveland. So it's something he's looked to embrace also. So at the same time, I agree with you. It's a lot of pressure, but he wants this pressure.
Yeah.
And as we can see, when this pressure is at its max and his back's against the walls, when he performs at his best.
I'm just going to say this. LeBron James will go down as the second best basketball player to ever lace him up. Michael Jordan's always going to be.
And that's why he's going to be doing Space Jam 2.
Exactly. All right, baby. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to put this guy to the test.
Oh, God.
Little NBA Finals trivia coming up here on the Solano College Sports Network.
If you have an interest in a career in sports broadcasting,
whether it's behind the scenes or on camera,
then this is the class for you.
Class is held every Wednesday from 1:30 to 4:30 in room 121 alongside the library building.
For more information, contact Greg Poff. That's me at solano.edu.
we hope to see you here next semester. And remember,
it's more than just sports. It's an education.
You ready?
Born ready, baby. Let's
Time
go.
for some NBA Finals trivia. Little drum roll, please. Here we go.
on.
Hey, we know you did just terrible, or as Charles Barkley said, just terrible last time around. You going to do better? I think you were 1 for 7 last time.
I thought, no, I had a
2?
D. I think I was 2.
See, look at this guy. The Masters kid, happy with a D. All right, let's go.
Wow.
Question 1. Who was the last player to score at least 45 points in an NBA Finals game? A, Allen Iverson, B, Shaq Daddy, C, MJ, Michael Jordan, or D, LeBron James?
I know LeBron didn't do it. It had to be Shaq or Iverson in that series they had.
Which one did it, the big
I
guy
know
or the
Shaq.
little guy?
I know Shaq had at least 40. So you said 45, right? I'm going Shaq. Final answer.
Uh-oh, didn't get it right, baby. It is A, Allen Iverson.
Gosh.
AI balled for 48 in game 1.
Did Shaq at least put up 40 in that series?
He actually had 44.
Oh my God! Look at this trick question.
Not quite
over
40.
Here.
Not quite.
And he knew
45.
the Laker would just chomp on
exactly.
that.
Exactly.
Oh, God,
Iverson, though, that was the only game the Lakers lost, I believe, in that entire postseason.
Yeah, they were going for the perfect
That was
record.
a step-over game when AI hit that shot in the baseline and stepped over the Cavs coach, Tyronn Lue. All right, question 2. What organization has played in the most NBA Finals? A, the New York Knicks. B, Boston Celtics. C, the Los Angeles/Minneapolis Lakers. Or D, the Chicago Bulls.
It's clearly Lakers or Celtics.
I know, I should have just gone 2 on here. I mean, it was...
I hate to admit this, but I think it's the Celtics. Final answer.
0 for 2.
What? It's the Lakers?
It is the Lakers. The Lakers have been in 31 NBA Finals, and they have won 16, the second most in NBA history, trailing only the
Celtics. How many finals have the Celtics been in?
I know they've won 17. It was 20-something. The Lakers had it by a landslide, so kind of disappointed you didn't get that one. The Lakers have lost a lot in the finals, actually. So,
which is why you picked it.
3, baby. Let's go to question 3. Who holds the record for most points in a quarter? Now, the answer was told to us during the last 2 games when we were watching the NBA Finals. So we'll see if he was paying attention. Is it A, Michael Jordan, B, Shaquille O'Neal, C, Larry Bird, or D, Isaiah Thomas?
It's Shaq. Final answer. And I know they said that. What? They said Shaq!
No, they said Isaiah Thomas. It was the ankle game. He scored 25 points in a single quarter of Game 6 in the 1988
And you tricked me because they had some other stat about Shaq you knew I heard. That's why I said that.
What are you, 0 for 3?
These are trick questions.
0 for 3.
He writes questions he knows I'll get wrong.
0 for 3. That's not good. Number 4.
Jeez.
Who owns the record for most consecutive field goals made in a finals game? A, Elgin Baylor. B. LeBron James, C. Michael Jordan, or D. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? What you think it had on Elgin Baylor,
I think it's
LeBron, MJ, or Kareem? Most consecutive field goals made in a finals game.
I'm going Kareem. Final answer.
0 for 4, bro.
Come on, is it LeBron?
Yeah, that would make it 0 for 5.
Man.
It's Michael Jordan.
Jesus.
He had a streak of 13 consecutive field goals made in Game 2 of the 1991 NBA Finals against the
I don't even care. Just
Los
go to the
Angeles
next-
Lakers.
Go to the next question.
And that was really when MJ's era really started.
I'm not
begin
even
of
listening to you.
championships.
Just read the question.
Number 5.
Jesus.
Who holds the record for most assists in an NBA Finals game? A. Magic Johnson. B. John Stockton. C. Rajon Rondo. Or D. Bob Cousy. Magic, Stockton, Rondo, or Cousy? Most assists.
Magic!
He got one right.
I swear, if little John Stockton was right, I was going to be so mad.
Hey, now bonus points. Take a guess how many assists you think he had in that game.
Wait, just the most assists in one game?
In one finals game.
17.
21.
Wow,
I
that's
know,
pretty
it's a lot of
impressive.
assists. Magic Johnson was
21? Oh my
pretty good.
gosh.
All right, 6. We got 3 more, baby. Who holds the record for the highest average of points per game in a finals series? A. You've heard this name a lot. Shaquille O'Neal. B. LeBron James, the second best basketball player ever. C. Elgin Baylor, dad's guy in the back there, maybe the most underrated player of all time. Or D. Michael Jordan.
Oh my God.
Shaq, LeBron, Baylor, MJ, most points averaged for an NBA Final Series. What we got?
Jordan!
That's 2 in a row.
He's eating up!
2 in a row, baby. MJ averaged 41 points against the Suns. The Charles Barkley. Yeah, I think your hand just went over there.
The ball went in. Trust me. All right, let's go.
All right, 2 more, baby. Number 7. You're not getting this one.
Oh, no.
You probably are, actually.
Okay.
Who holds the record for most block shots in one game in the NBA Finals? A. Shaquille O'Neal. B. Wilt Chamberlain. C. Dwight Howard. Or D. Hakeem Olajuwon. Most blocks in an NBA Finals game. Shaq, Wilt, Dwight, or Hakeem?
Oh, man, I'm going Hakeem. Is it Shaq?
Nope. I knew this would make you
Chamberlain.
mad. No, it's Dwight Howard.
Wow.
I knew that would make you very angry doing that.
No.
Dwight Howard had 9 block shots in Game 4 of the 2009.
Yeah, he was getting blocks while he got swept. Good for you, Dwight.
They won one game.
Oh, okay, yeah. Did he get all 9 in that game?
I think he might have.
Jesus.
All right, last question.
Dwight Howard.
See if you can go out with a bang
That
here.
recheck shouldn't even have been on there. Okay, well, you have to
Number 8. Who has scored the most points in NBA Finals history? A. Michael Jordan. B. Elgin Baylor. C. His teammate Jerry West. Or D. Another former Laker, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. MJ, Baylor, West, Kareem. Most points NBA Finals.
Let me hear it one more time.
Michael Jordan, Elgin Baylor, the logo, Jerry West, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the number 1 scorer of all time.
Kareem, final answer.
Not going out with a bang, baby. Jerry West.
God, you're stupid little, the best scorer of all time. You most have it.
That's
I hate your little clues.
That's-
They're always to the wrong question or
Jerry
wrong
West
answer.
had 1,679 points
I wouldn't have got that
scored
right.
in the
Yeah.
finals. I mean, he played in a ton of finals. 11 finals,
Yeah.
I believe. So, Kareem's second, actually. Kareem's second.
Yeah, Jordan was
And
my second guess.
Michael
actually.
Jordan's third. LeBron James kind of coming up, though. He's number 7 all time in the NBA
Better
Finals.
work on that 41, buddy.
Well, you better work on trivia next time around. But you did better than last time. 3 out of 8. Not terrible. Actually, was it just 2?
It was 2.
Ugh.
Yeah.
2 out of 8. You can figure out that percentage. What is that? 2 out of 8.
It's
Come on.
30%?
Gosh, you missed that too. 25%. 1 out of 4. Come on, dude. We're going to take another break.
It was 1 out of 4. Oh, my gosh.
We're going to take another break, baby. We come back. We're going to talk some UFC. And I know he's ready to talk about fighting after that terrible 25%.
There's too much math in those
performance.
questions.
We'll be back.
I'm a comm major.
Can't get enough of baseball? Well, you're in luck because Solano's own Billy and Louise Yarborough Field will be hosting the Rally Factory Rockhounds Collegiate All-Star Team. Managed by Sac State's pitching coach, Andrew Ayers.
The team consists of NCAA, D1, and D2, and NAIA players. Be sure to check out the Rockhounds and our other SCSN programs on our YouTube page at youtube.com/Solano College Sports Network, on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Solano College Sports Network, or on Fairfield Cable Access Channel 28 if you live in the area. Thank you for supporting the Solano College Sports Network.
Well, hey, we've already knocked out little NBA Finals trivia and Game 7, so now it's time for some real knockouts. Time to talk about some UFC. Now, everybody anticipating UFC 200, obviously one of the biggest cards ever.
Definitely.
But we're going to zone in on the fight tomorrow night, not talk about the whole card, but just the top two fights. And in the main event, get your popcorn ready for this one. Rory,
I don't know why that's popcorn, but
wait, do that popcorn one more time.
you have to give a little chew too when you get on that bad boy.
Rory McDonald and Stephen Thompson,
Man.
the Wonder Boy, are locking horns. Now, as you see there, what he did to Johnny Hendricks in his last fight, one of the best performances I've ever seen inside the octagon.
Yeah.
Johnny Hendricks, one of the toughest guys. He went 5 rounds with Robbie Lawler twice.
Yeah, he popped the Big Rig's tire on that one because the Big Rig crashed right off the road. I mean, he got derailed by this guy. This kid Thompson,
6 in a row.
I was kind of suspect of him until that fight because you know me, I'm a big Hendricks guy. He's been one of my favorite fighters. He derailed Hendricks. He ran through him and really showed this he's been eating his Wonder Bread because he's bringing the wonder. And I guess he's still a boy, but either way, this Wonder Boy is magical.
Who you taking in that one? You going Thompson or you going Rory?
The thing, though, if you remember the Rory fight, especially with Lawler.
He would, if that one went to the judges, Rory
He won that
McDonald
fight.
would have been the welterweight champ. He was winning on the judges' scorecards.
And that is one of the best fights I've ever seen in my life. And how close Lawler was to losing that fight and Rory taking that fight.
I love Robbie Lawler.
Honestly, this fight to me is a toss-up, but at the end of the day, what Rory's been through and how motivated I think he's going to be for that rematch with Lawler, I'm going to have to go with Rory. But make no mistake about it, I will not be surprised if this kid Thompson takes it down. This kid is a beast.
And
Both
I
these
mean,
guys.
before he even got into MMA, he was the guy. If you talked about kickboxing, Stephen Thompson was the name you brought up. And it's funny how it all began, because when he came up to the UFC and he kind of went up to train at TriStar with George St. Pierre, and he met some kid named Rory McDonald at the time. They became really good friends, but if it wasn't for TriStar, Stephen Thompson would have never got into MMA, and he would still just be doing kickboxing. So, I mean, it's just a funny story, and now the two friends got to fight.
Yeah.
I like Thompson in I don't even want to call it an upset, but this kind of 50-50
I think
fight
it's a toss-up
in my
fight
eyes.
with these guys right now.
Thompson's won 6 in a row ever since his loss to Matt Brown, and Matt Brown was the guy that kind of showed you how to beat him, take him down. But Thompson's worked a ton on his wrestling or his takedown defense, and it's really shown. And if you're standing up with Thompson, it's not going to end well.
The thing, too, is with Thompson is he reminds me a lot of Pettis, where he can just switch it up so well between the kicks and the punches. His striking is out of this world now, too.
So, you got Rory.
I'm going to take Rory, but
I got Thompson.
Someone's getting knocked out. Do you think this can go decision? Or
I think if it goes decision, Rory's winning. I agree. I like Thompson, though. I think he's going to find a way to finish
I'll
Rory.
tell you what, though, if Rory trades with Thompson like he did with Lawler, Thompson probably will win this fight because the kid is unpredictable and he's just so powerful and so smooth.
Rory's won 8 of his last 10, and the only 2 losses both to Robbie
Lawler.
So, all right, now one other fight on that card before we get to 200. Donald Cerrone and Patrick Cote. This is a fight for the fans right here. Cowboy. I mean, he's ran through everybody not named Rafael Dos Anjos. And Patrick Cote, I mean, this guy has been around for a very long time, very tough dude out of Canada. And Cote, I believe, has won 3 in a row. Cerrone was on a big tear before he lost to Dos Anjos. He came back, beat the other Cowboy in his last fight very impressively. So I think Cowboy's going to win this one pretty easily.
I'm taking Cerrone, too. I think Cerrone, he still believes he has one more run. This is going to be his last run in his career to really make it to the top and try and go for that belt one more time. In order for him to do that, he's going to have to win this next fight coming up, and he knows that. And he's one of those vet guys that I think is just going to have enough in his arsenal to take down Cote.
I believe this fight's going to be at welterweight, too, at 170. So I think Cerrone's going to try and see what he can do at 170 pounds. He was in the lightweight division.
So we went up a little bit, too.
I believe this will be a second fight in a row at 170. All right, baby. Drum roll.
Let's go.
UFC 200, arguably the most stacked card ever.
It's up there, man.
John Jones, Daniel Cormier, main event. And how cool was it at UFC 199? We're chilling, watching, and then on the big screen, they show the promo, the one you're seeing right down there. And at the very end, out of nowhere, Brock Lesnar appears.
The crowd, I wish people could have heard the crowd at UFC 199. Yeah. It was in a frenzy because Lesnar is just one of those guys.
He's the biggest.
He just brings all the wrestling fans, and he's just a monster. You look at the guy, he's a beast. And to put him up against Mark Hunt, I cannot wait for this fight. I cannot wait for this card.
All right, let's run through it real quick. John Jones versus Daniel Cormier. Who you taking?
Jones has always been one of my favorite fighters. I believe he's more motivated and dedicated to being a champion and to be considered the GOAT in UFC history. He has a great chance now, especially all the things McGregor's going through. Don't get it twisted. Bones wants to not only be the champ again, he wants to be known as one of the greatest fighters of all time.
Oh, he will be.
And he will be after he wins this fight. Cormier's a great fighter. He's earned his respect, but let's not get it twisted. He still has not beat Jones. I don't think that's going to change because Jones is only going to be bigger, badder, and better than he was before when he was beating Cormier.
Yeah, I like John Jones in this fight. I think the only chance Cormier would have had is if he would have fought him in the last fight, but he had to pull out. OSP fought. John Jones won easily, but John Jones looked very rusty. It's been a while since he's been in the octagon. I think that was probably Cormier's only chance he would have ever had to beat John Jones. I like John Jones winning easily, unanimous decision, kind of just like the first fight. Now, Mark Hunt, Brock Lesnar, co-main event. Brock Lesnar, now he lost his last two fights before he left the UFC.
Yeah.
And it had to be a while ago. I mean, 2012, 2011,
it was a long time ago, 4 or 5 years at least.
Yeah, and Mark Hunt, a guy, a fan favorite. I mean, you don't want to get hit with the left or the right from Mark Hunt.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Now, Brock, though, he's a super freak. The guy is an athlete. But we've seen it, though. When he gets hit in the face, he curls up.
Not just the face, in the stomach, too.
Yeah, that's true.
And let's not the one thing with Brock that I really think he's at a disadvantage this fight, he just doesn't have experience or he just doesn't have a lot of time practicing or training for MMA fights compared to Hunt, who's been on a tear lately. Really, let's not forget, Hunt is the one guy who went 5 rounds with Miocic, who knocked Verdum out in, the first round? This guy, Hunt, is a real beast, and like you said, power in both punches, maybe one of the most powerful guys in the MMA, especially in the heavyweight division. If he gets a couple shots on Brock, Brock is going down.
I look at it this way. Frank Mir, the guy's been around forever.
Tore through him.
He said he's never been hit that hard in his life when Mark Hunt hit him.
Wow.
And you got to believe him, obviously, because Mark Hunt, a big dude, super Samoan. Now, he's won 2 in a row since losing back-to-back to Stipe Miocic and Fabricio Verdum. Both guys who were the last 2 heavyweight
champions and fighting for
It's going to be an interesting fight, though, but I think Mark Hunt's going to land and he's going to knock Lesnar out.
And I just don't know if Brock's going to be able to take Mark Hunt down or get Mark Hunt on the ground because I really think that's the only way he can win.
And Mark Hunt has shown he has very good takedown defense, too. I mean, he's very mobile for a big guy out there, too. All right, so we got a few other fights on this card. Miesha Tate's putting her belt on the line against Amanda Nunes. Now, Nunes, this chick is a badass. Trains down America's Top Team out in Florida, one of the best camps in the world. I think she's going to go ahead and take Miesha Tate's belt. Easy. Not easy, but she's going to take that belt.
I definitely think it's possible. I'm going to pick Miesha Tate in this fight just because it's her first fight as a champion, and I really think against a fighter like Nunes, after especially coming off a huge win against Holly Holm, I really think
a comeback win, too.
And a comeback win, too. I think Tate has a lot of confidence where she feels like she can control this fight. But I agree with you. This fight is not just an easy fight for Tate at all. She's beaten some tough competition.
And Tate's won 5 in a row since that loss to Ronda Rousey. So. And she wants that fight. She wants that third fight against Rousey. She wants to beat Ronda Rousey, which I don't think there's the Brock part. That's so awesome right there.
But like you said, Nunes, she's coming off of 3 wins in a row. Her last victory, I believe it was, Shevchenko. I can't say that girl's name. That was a really good fight. I know it starts with an S, I can tell you that. I think the second letter is a C. Who knows? But either way, that was a really impressive fight. Nunes definitely has the skills to beat Tate.
And I love it. She trains one of the best camps in the world.
And she has one of the best camps training her. And a
I
camp
hate
that knows
Miesha
how to
Tate's
train
boyfriend.
champions. Oh, I know.
Brian Caraway. Oh, let's not even go there. All right, Jose Aldo, Frankie Edgar, big-time fight in the 145-pound division, especially now. Who knows what's going on with Conor McGregor, the champ. So this is an interim title fight. Now, Jose and Frankie have fought before back in 2013. Jose Aldo won a unanimous decision. Frankie, though, been on a tear lately. He's won 5 in a row, and he just ran through Chad Mendes, knocked him out in the first round, out cold. That was very impressive to see out of Frankie Edgar. This is tough, man, because Jose, this is his first fight since he got knocked out by McGregor in 13 seconds. I don't know, man. This is a tough fight. I could see this going either way. I kind of am leaning towards Frankie a little bit, though.
I actually feel confident in Frankie, and here's why. Honestly, Aldo is going through what I call the Brazilian lost the champ effect.
Yeah.
He's doing exactly what Barao was doing in his division, where
You can not just Barao, you got Shogun.
you got Shogun.
Now Verdum's going to be going through the same thing.
I'm telling you, the one thing
Vitor.
with some of these Brazilian fighters is when they have shaky confidence, their game sometimes disappears.
Yeah.
And the fighter they used
Anderson
to be
Silva.
is not the same fighter. And I have a feeling that's exactly what Aldo's going through right now. I think all the press, all the pressure, all the things that happened from the McGregor bouts have really gotten to Aldo, and he has not been the same fighter.
Yeah.
But we said the same thing about Barao, and now he's been fighting less competitive fighters and still showing up as that same fighter.
Yeah.
I have a
Lost his last
feeling,
fight to Jeremy Stevens.
and did not look impressive at all. And I have a feeling that Aldo is going to be going through the same thing. I think, and like you said, Frankie Edgar's on the rise right now. That fight against Mendez, let's not forget, Mendez was coming off, I think, 4 or 5 wins in a row when they met up in that fight.
Mendez was on a tear.
He was one of the hottest fighters, and Frankie just straight up showed up and proved he still has that championship caliber type of skills to fight in the ring. I think Frank Edgar is going to win this, and I think he's going to win it pretty handily.
And Frankie's trying to do what not many have, and that's hold a belt in 2 different weight classes. I know BJ Penn's one of the guys. BJ Penn might be the only guy.
He's the only one I can think of.
That too. But we got another fight on the main card: Travis Brown, Cain Velasquez. This fight card's off the charts. Brown, I don't know. I tell you what.
He's not been that impressive in his last couple fights. He really hasn't.
Well, he beat Mitrione his last fight.
Mitrione 1, to me, is not that impressive of a fighter.
Yeah.
Meathead. And 2, that fight, it wasn't like Brown dominated that fight. It was, I mean, he did beat him in striking and kind of outstruck him the whole time, but there was never really a point where Mitrione was in a lot of damage.
I call it the girlfriend effect. You see it all the time.
Yep.
Athletes get those girls. And you kind of, Pete Sampras it, you start going downhill a little bit.
You would think his ground defense would improve with all the...
Tiger Woods?
Yeah. You would think his ground game would improve with all the arm bars that Ronda's throwing him, man. You'd think he'd get a little better.
She's barring something else, huh?
Nah, I guess so.
I like Cain in this one, even though it's his first fight in over
Cain
a year. He lost to Verdum. He's been out for a little bit, had a little bit of back, knee problems, but I think Cain's going to come back strong. I like Cain.
Let's not forget, Cain is still, pound for pound, one of the best fighters in the world. He had one bad fight, hasn't fought in a while, but he has the...
He was out of gas in that fight. I mean,
he's going to be fighting where he's comfortable. He's going to be fully trained, fully healthy. He's back 100% now. He's taking his time to make sure he's back to this point. Cain Velasquez knows how to be a champion, and he's going to show it. I think he's going to run through Travis Brown.
Just to show you how good this card is, we're not going to talk about all these, but these are the preliminary fights. Juliana Pena versus Kat Zingano. It's going to be an absolute war.
Pena, she was the champion, right? From Ultimate Champion.
And she is big time. She tore her ACL, had to sit out for a little bit.
She's good. She's talented.
She's a name to kind of keep an eye out on. You also got Kelvin Gastelum, the guy that beat Uriah Hall
versus
to win the
Hendricks,
Ultimate Fighter versus Johnny Hendricks.
So even Big Rig gets a chance to fix that flat tire he got from Wonder Boy.
TJ Dillashaw is going to try and avenge one of his older losses to Rafael Sunsao. Now, that was a fight I felt Dillashaw won, kind of got the wrong end of a split decision there. That's also on the prelims. Super Sage Northcutt, a guy they're trying to really build to be that next great athletic superstars fighting. Derek Brunson versus Gegard Mousasi. Joe Lozon versus Diego Sanchez.
If you look, most of these fights either had a guy who fought for the belt or was actually a champion. At least 7 or 8 of the fights have someone of that caliber fighting, and it's still a good fighter today.
I saw this crazy stat, and it said this fight features 93 fight of the night or performance of the night bonuses.
Yeah.
Most ever on any single UFC card. So get your popcorn ready for UFC 200. Also, get it ready. We got, he's a what?
Beast!
And come on, man.
Come on, man.
Coming up here on the Solano College Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Kellen Slampa. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Hey, buckle up. Get your seatbelt on. We are going down the lane. He's a beast. It's been a while. You're always better at this than I am, so I'll go first. My beast is my dude, Dan Hendo Henderson. Now, it was awesome because we were down at the Forum for UFC 199, and when Dan Henderson knocked out Hector Lombard, the place lost it. You kicked over Jason's beer. We started going nuts. Now, let's roll the clip there, Pops. Now, Dan Henderson, 45 years old.
45 years young.
45 years young. Yeah. He was taking on Hector Lombard. Now, he dropped him a little bit there. But watch, Lombard in this first round, he connects with Dan Henderson and sends him to the ground. Now, he was losing this fight in the first round, and he was getting rocked. But you can't stop Dan Henderson. Head kick, elbow, good night. Good night. And 2, just for good measure. Watch this elbow, though.
He literally wound up for 2 seconds.
Hey, you're 45 years old. You can throw a kick that high and throw an elbow that nasty. You are an absolute beast. Now, hey, Dana White, I tell you what, make this fight Dan Henderson versus Michael Bisping, the rematch. Michael Bisping has the belt. Dan Henderson he just wants one more fight. What better way for Dan Henderson to go out with the UFC belt, the one belt that he has never had? Oh my gosh, how great would that be?
Forget Rockhold, forget Weidman.
Let Rockhold and Weidman, they can fight, and the winner of that will get sorry, Jacare, sit down, go fight you old Romero again. Dana White, make it happen. Dan Henderson, Michael Bisping 2. Dan Henderson is going to knock him out again. Make it happen, Dana. Dan Henderson, you're a beast.
Woo! He always says, I make the fans get the fights they want. Well, this is what we want. Make it happen, Captain. Let's go.
Captain. Who you got? Right. Who's your beast? What do you think? Do I got to set you up?
No.
Is he a lefty?
You know who my beast is.
2-2.
This guy is literally the GOAT of my time. This is the greatest pitcher I've ever seen deal baseballs. Ever. You know what the favorite letter in the alphabet is for this guy? It's the letter K, because all he knows how to do is throw strikeouts. I want you to check this stats out. Yeah, he throws strikeouts. 1, 2, 3, strike. He throws them. 108 pitches Clayton Kershaw has thrown in 108 innings pitched. He has 133 strikeouts and 7 walks.
7.
When you have over 100 strikeouts with not even double-digit walks, you know what that makes you? It makes you a beast. This guy doesn't throw baseballs. He throws baseballs. His name is Kershaw Ryu. I'll tell you what a beast is. A beast is a guy who laces up, wears white and blue, and strikes you out. Clayton Kershaw, you are a GOAT, you are an OG, and you are a beast.
He's not an OG. He's like 27.
It's still OG because you started the league when you were 19.
Clayton Kershaw,
he did,
though.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Clayton Kershaw. Now, he throws strikes for strikeouts. He doesn't throw strikeouts. So let's clear that up.
Well, okay. He throws strikeouts. So no.
And then another thing we were talking about
before he throws strikes and he gets out. Strikeouts.
Another thing we were talking about before this, Clayton Kershaw this year has had 6 starts with 10 strikeouts and 0 walks. That's the most in a season, tied with guys like Curt Schilling and a couple other guys. So he's got, what, three more months to do that one more time?
I think he may have a chance to break
set the record. And another thing, he better be starting the All-Star game this year. Seriously? He never has.
Yeah. Well, hopefully the Giants and Boshi won't be leading the NL team. Wait, no, the NL team is who made it? Oh, wait, who made it last year? Yeah, it'll be
Zach Greinke started last year.
No, who will be the manager this year? Is that already picked?
Oh, who did the Royals beat last year?
Who did they beat last year?
Who did they beat?
Oh my,
It'll be Terry Collins.
Yeah.
Right? Is that his name?
Listen, Terry, you better start our boy, all right?
The New York Mets guy. All right. Now, come on, man. We can't even think who played in the World Series. We lost all our credibility right there. So, come on, man. But for real, my come on, man is, I usually do something funny here, but this is just, this guy's an idiot. It's that simple.
Yeah.
This guy is a moron. Rick Bucher, I'm talking to you. Now, here, let's read the quote. Talking about LeBron James. Yeah, he's a great player for sure. The most physically gifted player we've ever seen. A case can be made. But don't tell me, even if the Cavs win this series, that LeBron is in the same category with the Magics, the Michaels, and the Kobes, and the Birds. Winning still matters. To the great ones, it always has. To LeBron, it doesn't. And it's because he isn't.
Wait, what category is he in then?
I'll tell you what category Rick Bucher's in. He's in the moron category. You lose all your credibility, and Rick Bucher has been a guy that's, he's usually always wrong about his
he's been an idiot pretty much his whole career.
I mean, you lose all your credibility right there. I mean, LeBron James is easily in the Magic, Kobe, and Bird categories.
Even
Michael Jordan's in his zone, I'll give you that one. But he's already better than Larry Bird. That's common sense. Magic and Kobe, you can make a case that they're still better than LeBron James. The fact is, like you said earlier, they have 5 rings and LeBron has only 2. But LeBron is one of the top 5 basketball player
He's in the
of all time.
discussion.
The guy is leading the finals in points, rebounds, assists, blocks, and steals. What other category you got, Rick?
Like, is he putting him in the Iverson category?
Yeah.
And like, what group is this?
Tracy
guy
McGrady?
Yeah.
Sit your ass down.
Ugh.
Sorry for the language, folks. But come on, Rick Bucher, you're an idiot.
Come on.
Who's your come on, man? You got something funny in this,
Oh,
right?
I do. Now,
what clip we
being
got?
an actual rapper, I can actually say something about the clips.
He throws like
coming
a
up.
girl, for sure.
Look, just every rapper out there, just stop throwing baseballs, especially
Snoop
at
Dogg.
games.
Snoop
Look at
Dogg.
this throw. Oh
Ew.
my gosh.
Ew.
Like, dude, where are you throwing the ball?
Was he just wasn't high enough. That's the problem.
No,
Was too high?
Yeah, I mean, look, Snoop Dogg
Here's
and
50
Cent.
I think 50's
Look,
coming up.
if you
after
spit
this.
rhymes, just stick with
And
the
he's
bars.
not even at the mound.
Just don't throw baseballs
There's
anymore.
50.
I throw like a girl. I would be throwing like that too. But guess what? I'm not dumb enough to go on the mound. I'm also not popular enough where I'm a famous rapper, but still.
Just a bit outside.
Come on, man. The new rule that I am establishing today, if you rap, you cannot throw an opening pitch.
Knock it off. Stop.
Put it in the Constitution right now. Article number...
What amendment is this going to be?
Article 420. Why not?
Hey, that's how we end on this. It's been fun. Now, actually, let's throw out a score prediction for Game 7. What you got? I'm going to go with this, actually.
Go ahead.
Let you dwindle on it a little bit.
My brain's dwindling right now for sure on it.
Cavaliers 1-0-1.
Okay.
Golden State Warriors 1-0-0.
Wow.
Cavs by 1. LeBron James doesn't hit the game-winning shot. Kyrie Irving does.
Yeah.
Book it.
Okay, so the Warriors are definitely winning now.
I don't know why I said book it. I just screwed them.
I'm taking Warriors 109, Cavs 107.
Okay.
Curry is going to hit a game-winning 3. See you later. I am the greatest. Who are you yelling at, LeBron? Out.
That's it. That's how we do it here. Stephen Thompson's knocking out Rory McDonald. You can book that while we're at it, too.
I'll take a knockout either way, baby.
We're out. He's JT Blaze. I'm Zach Poff here on the Poff Poff Pass Show Summer Edition. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.